Today we're riding first class on America's only bullet train.
This is insane.
Now I know what you're thinking, America's not known for great trains. But today we're riding it from Orlando to Miami to see just how good America's fastest train really is. And it all starts here.
The Premium Lounge.
Ooh.
Look at the cheese board. We got all the fruit and veggies. Got some sandwiches here.
I just got some veggies and hummus and a little tiny spoonful of macaroni salad. I've never met a carb that I didn't like. Even the silverware is so fancy. It's plastic, but the tint makes it look like it's real metal. Our train just got here, so we got a few more minutes.
Brightline connects Orlando to Miami with 4 stops along the way. It's cheaper than a plane and faster than a car, and let me tell you, it's certainly less stressful. There are 2 ticket classes, Smart and Premium. You can think of it as coach versus first class, and I think you'll be surprised by both of them. Here in the Premium Lounge, we have access to complimentary food and drinks.
I found something that you missed.
Oh, I saw the chocolates. You think I missed the chocolates?
If you're nice, I will share one with you.
I gotta say, these chairs look so comfy. I'm excited.
It's so comfy. And look, we have a window with a view.
As we're getting ready to leave the station, I want to tell you a little bit about the check-in process. Brightline has an app that makes it super simple. We scanned our tickets and went through a quick security check. Not gonna lie, we got to the train station a bit hungry, so we had a quick bite to eat at the Mary Mary bar, not knowing what all was to come.
Everything here was just super simple but solid.
And super quick.
Yeah,
which
very
is
quick.
important when you're trying to catch a train.
We're leaving the station. I've never ridden on a train like this. Are they waving? Telling us goodbye?
Welcome to Brightline.
All right, so I went ahead and downloaded a app on my phone that will track our GPS speed. And so I'm excited to see what we end up seeing here. And then overall, we're going only 30 miles an hour as we pull out at the station.
So we've just gotten out of the way of the airport and we are quickly picking up speed. We've already done almost 4.5 miles. We're going 67 miles an hour.
And gaining.
And gaining every moment. So we're watching this app. Yep. To be able to just sit on a train and relax for 3 hours and get work done and chill or sleep or eat or maybe a little bit of both is gonna be so cool.
Now that we're on our way, let's talk about the space. It's not quite a living room, but these chairs are by far the most comfortable chairs I've sat in public transportation. There's plenty of space at your feet and space overhead for your bags. There's also this nice pull-down shade if you want to take a nap or overhead lights for reading.
And it's so smooth and it's quiet too. I didn't expect that. Like I expected it to be more like, you know, like clunky train on the tracks, but no, like we are whizzing through 90 miles an hour and it is just smooth and quiet as can be.
This is a brand new track that goes from NCO and connects to the East Coast Railway, which is in Port Canaveral, essentially. So they call it the Cocoa Bend, and that is right at Port Canaveral, and that's where we're going to merge with the East Coast Railway, which was formerly built by Henry Flagler.
Remember the Mary Mary bar where we ate earlier? Henry Flagler had 3 loves, his 2 wives, both named Mary, and of course, the railroad. Back in the 1880s, Henry Flagler built Florida's East Coast Railway that ran from Jacksonville to Key West.
I'm a huge fan of Henry Flagler simply because, and Emily's gonna laugh at me.
If he was still living and was like our age or older,
Oh,
you
I
have a
would-
total man crush on him.
Oh, for sure. I would want to like go work for him or something like that, right? Like this guy was brilliant in the development of the East Coast and specifically the East Coast of Florida. There it is, 125. Will we make it over 125?
We just hit 126 miles an hour. This is insane.
We got a menu. We better.
Check the menu.
Can I actually get a Natalie's orange juice, please?
I would like a coffee, please.
Sure, any cream sugar?
Yes, please. Vanilla with Splenda. How long have you worked for Brightline?
A little over a year now.
Nice.
So you started right when the train started, then, I
Yeah.
guess, huh? Nice.
Part of the opening crew.
Good deal. It's so pretty.
So James did do an announcement earlier that we missed of being able to film, but the announcement was that, guys, the horn is okay. If you hear the horn, it's just us coming up to an intersection or beeping the horn for safety reasons. But if it does bother you, then they do have earplugs that they offer. Now, we are in the very first car, so the horn is definitely there. I'm not gonna say it's loud by any means, but it can certainly be annoying if you're trying to get some shut-eye or something like that. So there are 3 more cars behind us for a total of 4 cars. And then of course another locomotive at the other end, because the train actually just goes one way and then back the other way. It doesn't ever turn around, right? There are 10 train sets in the Brightline Florida group, and they can house up to 240 passengers each. They also make 32 round trips per day, which is actually pretty impressive when you think about it. And they have the ability to add more cars on, which they plan to do in the future to meet demand.
So right now we're going just over 60 miles an hour. We are 125 miles into our journey getting to Miami, which, by the way, we are going to Miami tonight to have a little date night, which we are very excited about. We don't get out enough and have date nights because we spend literally every waking moment together.
All right, James, what we got this time, buddy? Well, I've got more drinks or snacks. You feeling thirsty or munchy?
You know what? I am feeling thirsty. What do we have?
Well, I've got alcoholic or non-alcoholic options.
Sparkling water, please.
Sure. Would you like any ice with it?
That would be great. Seared Pellegrino? Really? Only the best, huh?
Yeah, pinky's up with that one, remember? Would you like anything else?
Ooh, chocolate, M&Ms. Oh my goodness.
Can you believe this?
But you have to make the duck lips.
Duck lips? Quack, quack. Quack, quack, quack.
It makes me think of home back in Orlando.
Donald. Oh, James got a good sense of humor. It's been fun. I'm glad we're on his car. All right, and it is time for me to go to the bathroom. I'm gonna take you guys with me and show you what we got going on.
All right, gotta go to the bathroom.
One of the things I love about this train are these automatic doors. How freaking cool is that? You just walk up to them and they open right up. Push that. Wide door, completely wheelchair accessible, opens up for all the bathrooms. It's kind of weird because you feel like someone could easily open up this door while you go to the restroom.
Whoa.
Toilet itself, you utilize this over here.
Whoa. That is wild. This is the craziest toilet ever. I have never washed my hands at such high speeds in my life. Ow!
All right, I gotta show you. This sink is actually pretty cool. So underneath here is obviously the water, automatic, but then underneath here are the blowers. Blowing all the water everywhere.
All right, where's the dryer? How do we do this? Whoa! That is how we...
They're pretty cool. They're all Dyson. You know, everyone loves Dyson. Be clean, experience hygiene.
The bathroom is very spacious. I give it a 10 out of a 10 for a train bathroom. Yep, very big. Nice. All right.
The great thing about being on a train is that we actually are super comfortable in the fact that we can work while we're traveling. You know, this is a 3.5-hour trip. I am currently working on planning our spring adventure with the cruise, which is our group travel event. So if you are interested or have any interest in learning more information about coming to travel with us, there's a QR code. Make sure to scan that and it'll take you to some more information.
Can we do this every day?
I won't be able to fit in this seat. And these are extra wide.
James, what do you have now?
Well, they've got assorted macarons.
Seriously? What are the flavors?
So from what I've been told, I've got chocolate, lemon, raspberry, vanilla bean, and hazelnut.
I'm gonna do, what was this one?
Lemon?
Oh, I'll do vanilla bean and a hazelnut. If Brightline would just go everywhere, I'd never need to get on another airplane again. There's no reason to.
Seriously? Macaroons on a train? You've got to be kidding me. Chef's kiss. So good. Okay, you can stop filming me now. This is awkward.
All right, so I'm starting at the very front of the train, and we're gonna do a full walkthrough tour of the train. Behind me is the locomotive, and then as I turn the camera around, we're gonna go through. So this is the premium lounge, which is where we are. Oh, there goes another Brightline. There's only one premium train car on this particular train. The rest of them are smart cars. How's it going? Good. So I stopped here in the smart car to check out the seats. They're a little bit smaller, as you can probably tell behind me, but still very comfortable. And I love the fact that they have side rests here. So if you do want to take a nap, which we've seen a lot of people either working or sleeping or playing cards. There's a group of guys behind me that are playing cards. It's just so comfortable. And obviously, if I turn the camera around here, you can see that there is a tray for a big tray, but there's also a small tray if you want to use for maybe your cell phone or something. The whole situation on this train is comfortable and it's easy. I was just talking to a lady where we were waiting for the restroom, and she said that she's ridden the train multiple times now from Fort Lauderdale to Miami, but she's never ridden it from Orlando to Fort Lauderdale, which is what she's doing today after her family visited Disney World. And she said the thing that they love about it is that it's just so easy, and I couldn't agree more.
Attention all Brightline guests, we have arrived to West Palm Beach. As a friendly reminder, all stops are going to be very brief.
Well, James, you're back.
Of course.
What do you got this time?
Well, I've got the same drinks or snacks, but I also have a charcuterie kit of either salami with pepper jack or a red pepper hummus, and they both come with chips.
I'll do the second one. Wow. All right. Thank you very much.
Taking a little work break to have a little snack. I truly cannot believe how much food they serve on this train.
Thank you for choosing Brightline, and enjoy your ride. Our next stop will be Fort Lauderdale.
If you haven't noticed, we've actually moved from our seats over there, which is the two configuration facing each other with the middle table, to now the 4-person, so that we can kind of help each other on our computers here.
Really is because you wanted to sit by me, but
Yeah.
that's fine.
Exactly. I just wasn't close enough looking at her, so I needed to be able to, be here.
Touch me.
Yes. But what's really cool about this train is there's actually, don't quote me on this, but I believe it's 4 or 5 seat configurations. Everything from a single with just a tray table to the double with the table, and you can actually select your seat online using the Brightline app. So, we talk about the train being a high-speed rail or even a bullet train. Now, of course, tomato in a lot of those situations, but what's really impressive is that we did see 126 miles an hour on this train, but we were going upwards of 90 miles an hour along this stretch. But as you can see now, we're starting to, and I can feel the brakes being applied. to Miami.
We had an awesome experience on the Brightline, like so smooth. Had a couple little small delays, had a couple of the stops, but literally it was a great trip. I highly recommend it. I would love to do that again. I wish I could travel like that all the time. Miami Spice is actually happening, which is like basically Miami's restaurant month. So we are going on a date night at Area 31. Super stoked about that. And if you want to see how all that goes, you can check out our Instagram account. I'll link it in the description below. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to hit that like button. You guys know the drill. Subscribe, leave a comment, and we'll see you next week for something really fun.